You're more together than I am today. Doesn't happen very often.
No, I know. I just can't get into this, so as usual.
Good morning, everyone. I
Good
think we're
morning.
live. We made it.
We may not look like it, but we are.
We're here. We made
The
it.
computer's just spinning around and around and around like usual.
Toad Hall Morning Show, May 24th, 2022.
Can you believe it's almost June already?
Almost
That
June.
is insane.
Almost June. Getting real close.
It is.
In fact, Record Store Day is June 18th. It's like 3.5 weeks-ish away.
Yeah.
But it's going to be nice because it's only 80-some titles instead
Yeah.
of 270 titles.
Yeah,
It'll be way more manageable.
last I checked, it was like 87.
Yeah, I can handle that.
Yeah.
That's a lot easier to handle.
It is a lot
I mean,
easier to
just
handle.
a regular new vinyl that comes in every week is probably, what, 40, 50 titles? So, I mean, you're talking about a doubled up week. It's not too crazy.
No.
Plus, we'll have a big sale in the store, and I'm sure stores all over the place are going to have sales. So, yeah, we got a show. We're doing soundtracks today. We're talking soundtracks.
Yes, we are.
We're talking soundtracks, and that's got a bunch of that. We're talking birthdays. I got a bunch of used vinyl that's traded in. I'm gonna
As
go over all
usual.
that. I'm going to go over the video that I made that
That blew up.
totally blew up about record
Woo!
pricing. And I actually talked about it on the morning show before I made the video.
Yeah.
So you guys get the news here first on the morning show, by the way. If you want to know what's going on, what's happening, and morning show is always where it hits first.
Yeah. National Wyoming Day.
Oh, how about that?
Happy Wyoming Day.
Happy Wyoming Day.
Brothers Day.
For the 200,000 people that live in the whole state.
Aviation Maintenance Technician Day. We need those. There's
We
no
have a
doubt
lot.
about that.
Yeah, we got a lot of those guys in Rockford, too.
Yeah. National Escargot Day.
Not my
Tried
thing.
it once.
Not my
Probably
thing.
won't do it again.
Not my thing.
And National Scavenger Hunt Day. That's what this store is every day. Is like a scavenger hunt.
Pretty much.
We could do that someday.
Scavenger hunt?
Have a scavenger hunt.
It'd be fun.
That would be fun.
I think that'd be a good time.
Yeah.
So we're talking soundtracks today, guys. So all day today, if you want to post your favorite soundtrack,
Yeah.
what soundtrack do you own that you love? What soundtrack do you want to buy that you can't find? Or just something you want to share with us? Put it in the comments today,
Yeah.
guys. We're talking soundtracks
Soundtracks,
today.
cast recordings, whichever.
Yeah,
Scores.
any of that stuff. It's all inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
We're not cutting any of it out.
No, absolutely not. So where are we going?
Let's do birthdays.
Let's do birthdays. Where did you put the...
On the front side of your computer. I'll start with this one.
Oh, there we go.
Devo, Mark Mothersbaugh, the head of Devo, and who does a lot of soundtracks. Still does a lot of cartoons and movie soundtracks, and but they played a show for his birthday yesterday in New York City.
Oh, how cool.
So they don't play a lot of shows. I mean, they have
No.
like their tour schedule. I think has like 6 dates on it
Wow.
for the whole year. It's like that's it.
Okay.
So they don't
Nice
play a lot.
light load there.
Well, like I said, he's busy doing
20 other things?
lots of movies, lots of TV shows, lots of that kind of stuff. So happy birthday to Mark Mothersbaugh and Devo. Good day to spin your records. We got this is their second album. I have for $23. This has that Blockhead song on it. It's pretty cool. In the Devo corporate anthem. This is B-sides and more. It's got different mixes of songs, kind of like Through Being Cool, Dance Velocity mix, Going Under, Dance Velocity, Peekaboo, Speed Racer. It's got some good songs on it, but it's like alternate mixes.
Oh my God, look at the back of that. Which barcode do you use? And your dad's a big Devo fan.
They all
isn't
work. Oh yeah, absolutely.
He? Yeah.
You know what? The barcode that's on the back is not the current barcode.
Oh, how funny. It would take me like 20 minutes to ring that up. I'd be hitting each one individually.
Right?
Because I wouldn't see that one up in the corner.
Ooh, excuse me. All right. And then
Dylan's, I can't reach up. Hang on.
Dylan's is today.
Dylan's birthday
Bob
is
Dylan's.
today. Robert Zimmerman, born in 1941. So we got a couple of his out here to show. We have Highway 61 Revisited, bringing it all back home. And do I have it upside down? I don't. What is this one?
How old does that make him? 41.
Blonde on Blonde. He was born in 1941.
I know, 41, man. He's pretty old. It's getting up there.
Yeah. 81.
Last year was his 80th. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow. So happy birthday,
Bob Dylan.
Robert or Bob, whichever one you would like
Robert
to refer
Zimmerman.
him to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but show them what we have. What, Blonde on Blonde?
Well, I just did.
Did you show the prices?
No.
This one's $28, which is the best price for Blonde on Blonde I've ever seen. I want to say they were like $40 last time they were
Grab
priced.
those while I'm looking up the
And then
next
there's
one.
Bring It All Black Home is 23, and Highway 61's 24. I don't know why they're $1 different.
I don't know.
Good question. But.
Heavy D's birthday today.
Oh, Heavy D and the boys.
Yeah, where's the Black Crowes one? Did you
Right
bring
here.
that out? And Rich Robinson, American rock guitarist from the Black Crowes. Birthday is today, born in 1961. He was born in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, how weird. He's exactly 20 years younger than Bob Dylan.
No, 1969, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh, I can't read today, apparently.
Black Crowes. This is Shake Your Moneymaker Deluxe. 30th Anniversary Deluxe Edition. Curated by Rich Robinson from the archive. What's cool about this is not only do you get the full record, you get all the B-sides,
And unreleased songs, it says, too.
unreleased songs, and then you get a whole 2 LP live show from December of 90.
In Atlanta, Georgia.
And the price is only $80.
That's a good deal.
For a box set.
That's nice.
That's a nice price. I like when they do these box sets and they're not outrageously expensive.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you can pick this up on our website right now, toadhallonline.com, or you can call and we'll take your order for it. I got a few of those left. The single LPs have been out of print for,
And it's such a good seller as well.
yeah, you just can't get enough of them.
When they come in, they go out.
They sure do. I gotta blow my nose. I'm gonna let you
Okay.
take over with the soundtracks.
I'm going to take over in soundtracks. So I don't just decided to, because of one that we got in, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. My research shows me that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the first soundtrack ever put on vinyl, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was 1937. So I was able to find a copy of this in the store. This is like $12. And it's the music from the original motion picture soundtrack. I'm sure we probably had more than one in there, but I
That's
didn't
the
need
first
more.
one?
I didn't need more than one. Yeah, from what I could find in my research yesterday, is that this was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So that's pretty cool. And then let me get to my other list here.
Oh man, favorite soundtracks: Drive and Atomic Blonde. Both. I have Drive at home. Very good soundtrack. I don't have Atomic Blonde, but I know it's the same styling as Drive was. That's a good one for sure.
Yeah. So let me get to this list here. Of course, some of these I couldn't find this morning, and I didn't take the list down with me, but best-selling movie soundtrack, Bodyguard.
Well, first of all, before we move on from Snow White, because this movie came out in 37.
Well, the soundtrack did. I'm assuming that's the same year the movie came out, but I don't know.
Yep. So it would have been on 78. That's why it's the first movie soundtrack, because it wasn't in. This LP is from 63.
Right.
And the movie came out in 37. 37,
Ish.
So yeah, it is the very first soundtrack. How cool is that?
Yep.
It's only like
The film was actually
10, 11 bucks.
1937 as well, so.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Sorry. Best-selling
Um,
soundtracks.
Bodyguard,
Of course. Bodyguard's
Saturday
number
Night Fever,
one. Yep.
Dirty Dancing.
Which is probably the. That's still up there for us too.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of those.
Titanic.
That one shocks me.
Yeah.
The Titanic soundtrack.
From 1997.
Because it had My Heart Will Go On with it, with Celine Dion.
First movie I ever took my son to that had nudity in it. That was a little awkward. He was, 8 years old at the time. Back then, back in the early 90s, that was,
Yeah.
wasn't as prevalent as it is today. Then Grease. Did I say Grease? I don't know how to pronounce this next one. I'm going to say Ashiqui.
I am not familiar with that.
Ashiqui. I do not know that one. The next one I'm just not even going to say because Dilwali Dulhania
Holy cow, I don't know that one
Le
either.
Jaeng and Purple Rain, which we do not have
On vinyl.
on vinyl in the store right now, but we do have the movie. Brand new, $7.
Not even expensive.
No.
Very affordable.
Flashdance, Bombay, and The Lion King.
Man, Disney has a lot on there.
Oh, absolutely. And then there are a couple other lists that, just to pull some. And we do have on the website, if you're interested in soundtracks, you can go to the website. All of the new soundtracks, you should be able to filter by category.
Okay.
And I'm not sure on the used vinyl if there's any soundtracks, and there probably are. Whether they're categorized as such, I'm not sure. So of
Halloween 3, someone's saying that Halloween 3 is a good soundtrack.
So
Those
of
horror
course,
ones have a lot of usually good music on
yeah,
them.
they do. So soundtracks are interesting. I like them for the aspect that you get a little variety. If there's different artists in there, and if you're not familiar with something, you're like, oh, I like this, and it will take me to experiment with some other music, perhaps.
Well, just thinking about, like, we're big Grandson fans, and we just played the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Has 2 Grandson record songs on it, and the one song is only available on that soundtrack. I think we still have it over there.
Yeah. These are also a very good sellers. We have both Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy.
People are saying their faves: Footloose, Dirty Dancing, Purple Rain, Rock and Roll High School.
Oh, I see Derek wants to get up and move.
For sure.
He's going to be up there doing some dirty dancing and some Footloose.
This is one of my favorite soundtracks.
26 on each of them? No,
this
31.
2 is 31. But this, I highly recommend. I mean, anybody who's into classic rock, you might want to check out this Guardians of the Galaxy. Blue Suede, Hooked on a Feeling. They went to like 70s and 80s rock, like almost all one-off bands. Like a lot of one-hit wonders.
10cc.
Hooked on a Feeling, Go All the Way by the Raspberries, Norman Greenbaum, and Spirit in the Sky, Moon Age Daydream by Bowie, Fooled Around and Fell in Love, I Want You Back. Then it's got 10cc, I'm Not in Love, Come and Get Your Love by Redbone.
Cherry Bomb.
By Runaways.
Cherry Bomb.
The Pina Colada Song by Rupert Holmes, Ooh Cha by the Stair Steps, and Marvin Gaye, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. So, great soundtrack. And then the other record is the whole score.
And they've done some of that on this as well. So we have ELO on here, Sweet, Fleetwood Mac, Sam Cooke, Glenn Campbell. I mean, if that's not a variety right there. George Harrison, Looking Glass, Jane the Americans, Silver, Cheap Trick, and Cat Stevens, Parliament.
Flashlight.
And then a lot of the other is the score. So they're both very interesting and have a vast variety of artists on them. So that's pretty cool.
So yeah, these are.
No, we have not gotten any of the Smashing Pumpkins.
I have gotten
yet.
more phone calls and messages and like fiending for this Smashing Pumpkins, and it's just a re-release. It's just a repress. I've had it in here.
But people don't have it and would like it.
I know. I
And
totally
that's the
get it.
thing.
And we haven't had it in years. And the price is still, I don't think they bumped the price on them. But yeah, some stores got some, and holy cow, I'm bombarded with but yeah, we haven't gotten any yet. I have them ordered from everywhere, and 0 have showed up yet. But they'll make more. I mean, they're still making them. So
great movie.
Jack Black says it's his best.
Did he?
If you ask him, it's his best movie.
It's a great movie.
It is. I just watched it.
There's so much positive about it.
Yeah.
And the way it ends up. I think I've probably seen it a couple times. Not a big rewatcher of movies, but this one I've probably seen 3 or 4 times.
It's got The School of Rock, Long Way to the Top. It's got T-Rex, Zeppelin, which doesn't do a lot of soundtracks, Doors. It's got
Cream.
Yep. Black Keys have a song on here. The Darkness has a song on here.
Who else do we have? Yep.
And it's got some of the funny songs like I Pledge Allegiance to the Band.
So we've got that. Just decided to pull this one out. I was going
$31 on the School of Rock.
This one, Garden State, $37. This one's really cool. I mean, you've got Coldplay on here, The Shins, Nick Drake, Simon and Garfunkel, Iron and Wine. So it's nice to be able to get the big variety.
Also one of my favorite soundtracks.
Heat and Taxi Driver. Cool.
I was a huge fan of all the Zach Braff stuff from the early 2000s. And so when this movie came out, it was a big deal.
I haven't even seen that one.
This was a really hard record to get for a very long time because they were going for big, big money. And they finally reissued it. And I just keep this record in stock at all time. It's got a really cool, coming of age movie. And so the soundtrack is very like it's very easygoing, very calming. Not, this isn't a punk thing. This is like just to put it on and relax and think and take some time. It's a great record soundtrack for that. Highly recommended.
This one I haven't heard, but I've heard that it's an awesome soundtrack. It's The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Obviously, the music's by Ennio How do you say his last name? Morricone. It's an RSD Essential on white vinyl. This is $41. So it's
It might be Morricone.
Morricone.
Because he's Italian.
Yeah, it could be.
Morricone. I don't know.
So we've got that one. I just decided to pull that one out and show it.
Heat and Taxi Driver, good soundtracks. I have not heard the Heat soundtrack, but
I
what a
haven't
movie.
either.
What a movie.
Another one. So if this is from the movie called Country Music. Interesting because if it's somebody that's maybe wanting to just get their feet wet, their toes wet.
This is the Ken Burns documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
He does a
somebody
good
wants
job.
to get their feet wet and some different country music, it's always Hank Williams, Ray Price, Johnny Cash, Patsy Cline, Loretta Lynn, Jimmy Rogers, Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys, The Byrds, Chris Christopherson. I mean, this just has a touch of something for everybody in it.
Well, and he does such a good.
$28, 2 LPs.
He does such a good job at culminating this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is. Ken Burns did the war documentary. He did country. He did. He does a lot of that. Baseball.
I don't think I've
Ken
seen
Burns did the
this.
baseball one, where he really goes back and does a really good job telling the story of. And here's country music. So this is,
Oh, this is
the
Spinal
foundation.
Tap. Yeah, that was, and there's so many lists out there. Yeah, Spinal Tap did show up on one of the lists, but how do you culminate 20 lists? It's like, yeah, I grabbed one or two and looked at them.
I think we still have a Spinal Tap record.
I think
We do. If you need a Spinal Tap soundtrack, we still got one, an original. Okay, this has been a really hot seller as of late. Well, Volume 2, because I think they're all out of print. But they're the same price. So we got Volume 1 here, and that's Volume 2, which, was kind of a scam. They could have made it a 2 LP set.
2 LP set, yeah, especially because this is 38.
Yeah, they're $38
wow,
a piece.
$38.
Friday Music put these both out. They're both on colored vinyl. I don't know what color
Doesn't
they
say, but they
You
like
know,
to do that.
I wonder if the rights were so expensive they split them. Because I think it was originally put out in the CD as Volume 1, Volume 2, too. So I wonder if
I
they
don't
just didn't want to
remember.
culminate it. It was definitely, but I mean, Video Killed the Radio Star, Culture Club, Police, Smiths, Cyphers, Costello, Bowie, New Order. This one's got Madonna, Adam Sandler, Depeche Mode, Dead or Alive, Flying Lizards, B-52, Cars, Kajagoogoo, Spandau Ballet.
I mean, and pre-streaming, obviously, soundtracks were a nice way to go because you could get that variety. Today is a little bit different when you can just throw on your streaming and
Make a
pick
playlist.
make a playlist or
Yep.
something like that. So that my era there. And I'm going to drop a link in.
Do it. Drop a link in that.
Ah,
She's dropping links. Oh, man. I just
Eurovision. Has anybody seen this movie? Does anybody know any of these songs?
Yeah, so
What?
we just dropped a link for the Ya Ya Ding Dong song. If you're a Will Ferrell fan, maybe you've seen this.
Rachel McAdams, Demi Lovato's
Was it-
in it.
It's Netflix only, though.
Okay.
It's a Netflix exclusive. But Annette and I think it's just hilarious.
It's one of those movies that you'll watch and you'll say, why am I watching this? But then you'll watch it all the way through.
Yeah. Oh, it's so stupid. It's funny.
It is.
So, for those of you who don't know, I see we have some people in here from the UK and from overseas. Derek says his wife loves Eurovision, but it's kind of like it's a singing competition in Europe. It's kind of like American Idol, sort of, but they bring people from every country
Right.
in Europe and they have a singing competition. And this is the spoof movie on it, but it's not even a spoof movie because people who are involved in Eurovision are involved in the movie.
Tons
So-
of cameos in it from people who have been, I think, past winners.
Past winners, people, yeah. So they really embraced it. Just kind of like on Blades of Glory, how the ice skating people embraced the movie and had ice. So the soundtrack has the Ya Ya Ding Dong song, which is what the link is for.
Nick and I were going to try to rehearse it, but there was just no way.
We watched it before the show, so we started this morning.
Nobody but Will Ferrell could do that like he did. Yeah, so there's some interesting songs in here, to say the least.
Yeah. So
But you got to check out Ya Ya Ding Dong if you haven't heard it.
yep. Check that out in the link.
$48 on this.
48.
This is,
We only got a couple of them. It looks
music
it's an
on
import.
vinyl.
Yeah, it's an import. Is it
Is
numbered?
it? Yeah, this is number 63. I don't know how, does it say how many? Oh, 1,000 copies. It's limited to 1,000 copies on the Lion of Love pink colored vinyl.
Ooh.
Hi, Ethan.
All right.
And yeah, so I don't know. I saw this coming, and I'm like, yeah, we've got to incorporate this into the show somehow.
I was like taking pictures of that and like sending it to Max, who used to work here, because we love that movie too, and we were just having a lot of good laughs about that. But yeah, we got a couple copies of it, of the limited edition. I think I'm gonna go dig out more soundtracks, but first,
Where'd that come from?
I want to show off some of the new trade-ins. Also, that video I posted last week.
Oh, let's talk about that because Nick.
I'm gonna be doing I'm gonna do a follow-up video about it because man, that video caught all over the internet. It's getting spread around.
And he's talking about the video where he talked about
The price
increases with Universal.
Yeah. So I have not heard from UMG, but I got some emails, to say the least. I'm not gonna say from who or from what or where, but some pretty high up emails. And I'm gonna make a follow-up video. And I wanted to set a lot of the records straight because there was a lot of people who thought that I was talking about used records. There's people who are talking about trade-ins, and people who are talking about records that weren't UMG. They're talking about records that were Record Store Day. And I wanted to clarify that it's not new releases. So because the video exploded, like a lot of things on the internet do, when they explode, there's a lot of misinformation that gets put in the comments and people think things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of set it straight right now.
That's a good idea.
I'll do another follow-up video later in the week. But basically,
Nick did ruffle some feathers.
which is good. That's the point. I wanted to ruffle some feathers because I'm fighting to keep vinyl affordable for everyone. It's not just for you guys, but it's for us. It's for stores. We get pinched in the middle because we know you guys have limited funds, but the record companies don't see it that way. So I'm fighting for affordable vinyl. So I ruffled some feathers. That's great. I hope they hear us. I hope that they bring the prices down. We'll see. It might happen. Number one, I saw some people thinking it was on used vinyl, and our used vinyl prices have not changed. I mean, we're not upping our used vinyl prices. They'll slowly go up like everything will.
Supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
All right.
Right now, supply is big. Summer's a great time to buy used records, buy used stuff because people are moving. They're downsizing. They're outside. They're having fun. They're not buying records. This isn't the record season. So, right now prices are a little low, and in the fall they'll go back up. So it's only on new catalog titles, which now I need to define what catalog titles are. So it's not so much the new records like every week that come out. It's titles that have been out previously for an extended period of time. So things that are 20, 30, 40 years old, or even items that are 5 years old, but we've sold a lot of them, like the Glass Animals. That record is far from their new release date.
Right.
They're catalog now, meaning we sell through them all the time. So all your catalog titles would be like Pink Floyd, Beatles, Rolling Stones. Those are catalog titles. But it also isn't all catalog titles because Pink Floyd isn't a UMG product. So
It's not.
It is not. So that was not included in what I was talking about.
Right.
So it's although it's 3,000 items, it's only the ones on this specific label. Now, obviously, when one label does it, the others look around and say, "Oh, are we low?" And they move their. So it is kind of a domino effect.
And there's a possibility that may happen.
It may happen. And I also want to say on those 3,000 items, a lot of them were $2-3.
Correct. But some of them were $10.
I mean, I would say half of them were more than $5 or more. I mean, not all of them. When you say half of them are $5 or $10, that's a lot. It wasn't just the minority. It wasn't the minority. It was easy 30 to 50% were like $8, $10, $12, $15. Very few were 15. I only found a couple that were 15. But a heavy majority were 10. Heavy majority were 10. 40% of them were 10. 30% were 10. So, I mean, that's not just $3. If it was all $3, I wouldn't even made a video. on it.
No.
If it was
I
$2,
mean,
$3, I
if you're
wouldn't have
talking a
even
30
cared.
buck album, it's going up $10. That's quite.
That's a
that's a-
percentage. $26 album's going up $10. That's almost another 50%. It's another 40% on top. So that's a big deal. So had to set that straight. I will be making another video.
Clarification video.
Ray's saying Sony and Warner won't be far behind. Yes, like I said, the dominoes fall, and same thing happens with MoFi and Acoustic Sounds.
Sure.
They raise them $5, MoFi raise them $5. One raise them $5, the other raise them $5. They always go in $5 increments. They have for years, which is smart because then people understand it, and they raise them across the board. It's not like
Pick and choose. It's
no,
not
they
a
don't pick and choose. They
So
don't pick
it's
and
a-
choose. It's
yeah.
like, oh, all of our
Chilling
titles
here.
go $5, which is like, okay, that's what it costs more to manufacture it. I get it. But when it's like, oh, this record went up $2.99, but the Beatles went up $10 a pop, and this record went up $15.
And what's the justification for that?
This one went up $3. It's like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So, really wanted to put that out. Oh, Record Store Day also. Those titles are not affected. So Record Store Day is its own entity, basically. And they go out and they make deals with these artists and these labels one by one, pick and choosing them, and then they put together the product, put together the pricing, and put together the whole thing and market it. They're like a marketing company, really. They're not really like a label. They're like
No.
they're kind of like a publicity
good way to
company.
explain
Is
it,
what
yeah.
that's how they consider themselves.
Right.
So they are not like people are like, are the June titles gonna be more money? No, that's already done. It's already set.
Those are
And this
correct.
it doesn't affect that. So yeah, that's kind of, I wanted to set the record straight. I'll be making another video that I don't know if it probably won't go as crazy as the last one did, but yeah. So wanted to set that straight and make sure everybody knows that it's catalog new, UMG, not Record Store Day, not Sony, not Warner, not used, not all that stuff, and what
specifically
exactly what it
universal
was
at
taking
this
care of. So-
time. Yeah.
So don't go bad mouthing Record Store Day. Don't go bad mouthing Sony or Warner or even MoFi. They haven't done anything wrong yet. But it's good that we keep these guys in check, guys.
It is.
It's good that we speak our opinion. It's good that we get these videos out. It's good that you guys rally behind it and say what you feel in the comments. They see that.
They
They're
do
watching
see
it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's what we need. And you guys made that possible right here on the Toad Hall channel. We hit over 4,000 subscribers this week.
Wow.
4,000 subscribers.
Nick said he was going to make chocolate chip cookies when that happened.
I'm gonna have to go get some chocolate chip cookies for the team. I'm gonna have to get some cookies or something for everybody. So just by joining the channel, by subscribing, by watching, you make your voices heard.
Yeah.
I mean, really, this is a vinyl community, and you guys getting in the chat, being part of the thing, being part of my videos, being part of the channel, I'm connected somewhat, I mean, an email away from these people in these positions. And my job isn't to badmouth them. Obviously, I know everyone in the industry works hard, especially, they do a lot of work behind the scenes.
But when something does happen, it's
The-
good that somebody does talk about it and make people realize what's happening.
Yeah. And
Because otherwise, people would just have, viewers, buyers, whomever, would be like, wasn't this album just $26 last week and all of a sudden it's 40? What's up with that?
Yeah.
This gives you an idea of what's happening, which in the
most
long
of the
run,
time is good.
most of the time, but in the long run may end up with some other companies hearing about this and going,
Whoa, maybe we should,
ooh, maybe $15 increase
maybe
is
just
not a
$3.
good idea.
Maybe just a couple bucks,
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And, we should praise the people who do a good job. Look at Record Store Day.
Yeah,
I mean, I mentioned them in the video, but look at the pricing on their stuff. They sold a Doors box set for $80, 4 LP box. They sold, I mean, they've really done a good job of listening to feedback
yeah.
and making good on it.
I mean, like, I think the Sam Phillips is either 12 or 16. I picked up a copy from the
Now-
last Record Store Day. $16.
They
It's a
made their
great
mistakes,
album.
though. They made their mistakes and they fixed them. That's the point I'm trying to make. They had, we still have them. I'll go grab one. They had a Maroon 5 Memories 45 that came out a few years ago. You know what? Let me just go grab this thing.
Okay.
It is so absurdly priced that I still have them.
Oh, we have tons of comedy albums down in our
Here you go.
basement talking
Here's a
about that.
Maroon 5 Memories 7-inch box that came out for Record Store Day 20, drop 1. It's $40
Ooh,
for a 7-inch. Now, I think there's a book in here, and I know it's probably colored, but they learned.
that
You know, the point is they've been there in the
watch
early
out.
days. They used to do
Knocked over a bunch
in the early days. They used to do a lot of box sets. They were expensive. They don't do they do box sets, but they're not outrageously expensive. They do rec for 7 inches, but they're not $40. You know, they learned because you guys spoke and we made our everything known. So, you know, speaking up is a good thing. We need to do it and use, you know, and you guys being part of this, the whole thing is great. So, you know, hats off to those guys. Hats off to, you know, Mobile Fidelity and Acoustic Sounds who do a great job. And I understand, you know, Mobile Fidelity is in a tighter spot because they don't make their own records. So they're more sensitive to price increases. Acoustic Sounds produces their own records. I think they're starting to make their own jackets. So they own more of the supply chain, which means their prices don't affect them as fast as much. But they've both done a good job. So there's a lot of people in the industry doing a really great job. But you know, it's great that you guys speak up, watch this, be a part of the group, be a part of the conversation, and they're listening. The labels, they're watching
Yeah.
our channel, they're listening. So, you know, my job isn't to badmouth them. My job is to make sure that they stay on the right track and that we can all enjoy this hobby together because it's great. I love the community. It's awesome. So we just need to, you know, keep it positive, praise them for what they do right, and you know, try to suggest where they're messing up.
yeah,
You know,
and they're not going to know unless
people speak up.
people speak up. Absolutely.
I mean, if like I said, if we don't speak up about prices going through the roof and we don't like it, you know, they need to know about that. And then on their side, they need to justify it. You know, hey, our manufacturing costs went up by this much. We bumped the price $3. Cool. 95% of the people on my feed would be like, I get that.
Yeah.
Gas doubled. So,
Yeah.
you know, 20%, you know, extra $3, I get that. They need to you can't just slap it. $15. It's like, oh, you know, if you're going to do that to us, you better tell us why, or you better give us a superior product. Like if they would have taken the Beatles, for example, the $26 Beatles, and they would have given us the monos back that are far superior to stereo remasters, no one would have remarked. Because they're going for like $150 right now.
Wow.
So everyone been like, give us the good stuff if you're going to charge us $1 million. They'll be all right with that.
But then again, you also have the market that's
Just getting started.
just getting started. That's
And they don't
going,
wanna
why
spend
do I want to
36?
spend $36 on this album when I could get another one for 26 or something?
Ray's saying that Maroon 5 isn't too hard to find. Yeah, it's because they didn't sell because they're $40. Everybody still got them. Yeah, I still got them. That's why it's not hard to find. But
Let's talk about some of this
let's
stuff.
get into some trade-ins. Local Boys, Cheap Trick. This is a Record Store Day record, Found New Parts. This is 4 songs on an EP. This
I've
was
never seen
traded in.
that.
Oh, this was before you started here,
It was.
2016. Yeah, we had a lot of these, and they went right away. When I Wake Up Tomorrow, No Direction Home, Albuquerque, and Do You Believe Me are the 4 songs.
Arabesque.
Oh, Arabesque.
Arabesque.
It looks,
Kind of hard to read on that black and red.
yeah, $20. Got
I
one of those
have
traded
no
back
idea
in.
what this is, but I'm sure Nick does Il Volo.
I have no idea what it is.
But we've got one.
It's on Sony.
$20.
$20.
Anybody know what this is? It looks like it's an import as well.
I don't.
It's the EU.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. We'll have to play it.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
it's got a cool cover. So there's that. Anybody know what this is?
And Ray's saying it's been a while since he's seen the Beatles mono single releases. Yeah, I think they were around $24 when I sold them. But yeah, they're all out of print, going for insane money now. Just like the box. All right, some used trade-ins. Grateful Dead, Terrapin Station. We got $40 on this. Let me take a look at the condition on it. Let's see. It's got a nice the original inner sleeve, which is a good sign. On Arista. Oh, it's probably VG Plus. It's got a few real light scuffs on it. But man, this side looks perfect. So It's an easy VG plus. If not, you might be able to squeeze a mint minus out of that.
Got a Dark Side of the Moon. VG plus vinyl, no inserts, $30 on this one.
Well, if
Doesn't
the
say
inserts
which-
make that record,
Looks like it's an
insane.
original. I'm not sure though. Doesn't say. So we got that for $30. Great album.
Jovi.
Bon Jovi. Aren't they touring this year?
I think they are. Now, I think there's a reissue of this too you can buy.
I think so.
It's going to be cheaper than 40, but
Mint
I don't
minus
I don't know
vinyl.
if I have any. But some people want originals, and I get it. You want an original? They're getting hard to find. $40. Speaking of $40, 2LP The Wall. Seems pretty affordable. Not bad. Mint minus vinyl. Must be in pretty darn good shape. Looks like the cover's in really good shape too.
Yeah, Colin, you've got that right. I think that is going to happen if they keep continuing the way they are.
Sky Blue. I think I've already shown this one maybe last week, but I
Yeah,
still
you
have
did.
the Tears for Fears Tipping Point Sky Blue Target exclusive vinyl.
So it says as is cover. What's up with the cover?
It's got a
there?
little seam split in the inner jacket.
Oh,
That's all
okay.
it is. Just a little
Oh.
seam split.
Gotcha.
Baby blue
Which
vinyl.
this album's been selling a lot better than I expected it to when it first came out. What, a couple weeks or a couple months ago? Get a freebie 7-inch in with it
It's
too.
got the lyrics sleeve on it. $25. Not bad. Because I think they're going for 40, I don't know, $40 or something.
Still have Halloween, Keeper of the
We
70s, Part 2.
And here's part 1. So this is $20. Part 2 is $35.
And
These are originals.
one of them I think was not, because somebody called last week, and it might have been, I won't say the name.
Oh, you know what?
But I think I researched, and
No, they are reissues.
they're reissues.
Yeah, these are
yes.
reissues. This one's only $20, but it's got an EU in it. It's made in the EU.
Plus we have Jericho.
This is probably a reissue too, I would assume. Yeah, I can tell by the vinyl. They're like brand new. I'll
How
keep
much
them all
are these?
together.
35.
This one's 24. This Halloween Keeper of the Keys 1 is $20. Dave Mason signed record, $40. We don't get a lot of signed records in, but when we do, we sell them cheap. Dave Mason's a pretty big name.
Unofficial release, otherwise known as a bootleg. U2. Blue vinyl and mint minus.
Man, this thing looks old.
Is there a price on there? $60.
$60.
Volume 2.
Says 85 printed in Italy, so it's been around. The concert's from '84, so they probably printed them right after the show.
Live at the Brixton Academy, London, in March of 1984.
All right, we got more Grateful Dead American Beauty. $40 on this. This one looks really nice. Doesn't even have ring wear on it, which is pretty rare. It says mint minus vinyl. Let me take a peek. Oh, it's even got the original Warner sleeve. Oh yeah, yeah. That record's as clean as you're gonna get.
We should have put.
Perfect.
Where's your other Tears for Fears? We can put it side by side and look at how
Dang.
they've changed.
Dang. Yeah, actually, I got it right here. You know, they got the
Songs-
picture of them. There you go. Before and after.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this away. You have to hold that.
Oh, thank you. Tears for Fears. This
Big
one's showing
Chair.
it's songs from the Big Chair. VG Plus, $30 for that one.
Hard to get right now. Hard to get right now.
Obviously has Shout on it. Everybody wants to rule the world. And whatnot.
So I went to a flea market. I don't usually go to a flea market, guys. I
Oh,
went
here,
to. We
pick
have a
it with
big
that
one
one.
here around here called the Peck Thing. It was last weekend, and everyone was selling records, which is cool. And I was like, oh, let's see what's selling. I could not believe the prices on records. I mean, records that I sell for $6, $8, $10, $12, $20 there, $30 there. I saw some records that were $80. I was like, holy cow! I mean, they're just. I don't know if our prices are just super awesome or they're just totally smoking crack at the flea market.
Well,
A combination of both.
I think they probably don't know how to research and find out what the real value
Yeah.
is.
So I don't know. I just want to give a little shout out to our team here who does an awesome job. We have custom boxes for packing and shipping. John, who does all of our used vinyl, does an excellent job grading and filing and keeping our prices super affordable. Most of our used records are $6, $8 on our website. something like
And that does get added to almost on a daily basis.
He's
when
here 5 days a
working.
week, so 5
Yeah.
days a week, new stuff goes on the website pretty
Uh-huh.
much. So, Tracy Chapman, self-titled VG Plus,
Hard to find.
very hard to find because they haven't reissued the darn thing. Somebody, I know they're trying to find, someone's hounding to get these tapes. I know MoFi has been, I think they've been trying to get them.
I mean, obviously that was a CD era when.
It's
that-
right at the end, 88. So it's
I know.
it's
I think
right
I have
there.
that on CD.
$60. Get you a clean copy of that.
Flash, London Calling. It's a Sterling Press. VG Plus vinyl, $45. Great album.
Miles Davis.
Got brand new Cadillac on it.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of used Clash.
No,
$45 for a Sterling press. Yeah, it's a pretty good deal.
it is.
Miles Davis, Get Up With It, 2 LP, VG Plus, $40. Again, don't get a lot of new Miles Davis traded in. Or new, used Miles Davis,
Right.
excuse me. 2 LP gatefold. Speaking of Davis,
Bitches Brew. It's from 1975. It's VG Plus, 2 LPs. $40 on that one.
and I got a Cat Stevens, Tell 'Em I'm Gone, which is the newest. My mom didn't peel the half-price book sticker off.
That's okay.
It's all right. They were only charging what, $19, and we got it down to $15.
$15.
So every time it goes through her hands, it gets a little cheaper. Yusuf Lateef looks like brand spanking new. Tell 'Em I'm Gone. This came out 2020. Oh my God!
Is it
No,
that new?
2014.
I was gonna say I don't remember it being that
Man, time flies.
that new.
Yeah, it's probably out of print then. 2014.
Pretty cool artwork on it.
Yeah, it is under Yusuf too. It's not under the type sticker says Cat Stevens, but it is actually under Yusuf. Yeah, Ray says that Tracy Chapman is hard to find. All right, if you saw anything used on the channel you want, you're going to have to call us 815-226-1259. Annette will take your phone call after the show. You're welcome to browse all the new vinyl and the DVDs and stuff on our website, totalonline.com. Flat $7 shipping.
Kind of an idea here. If
Okay.
you come up with any questions, anything you'd like us to maybe talk about, anything in particular, let us know. We'd be more than happy to do some research into whether it's a different category, whether it's a certain artist.
Yeah, give us some
drop us
ideas for
questions.
shows, guys.
Yeah.
What do you want? What do you guys watching want to know? What do you want to see? What do you want us to talk about? I mean, we can keep pulling ideas off our shelf till the end of time, but it's more fun if you're interested in the topic we're talking about.
Absolutely.
So it's more fun for you, it's more fun for us. So drop us ideas of what you want to see. You want to see more used records? You want to see more new records? You want to see the behind the scenes office where all our used records are stored? Do you want to see...
We should throw out the email address too.
Yeah, it's rockfordtoadhall@gmail. There's also, if you can't remember or don't want to write it down, there's a contact button on our website. It goes right to the same email.
Yeah.
So I get it either way. Do you want to see unboxings? Do you want to see us crack open records and show you what they look like inside? Do you want us to talk about what's new? You want to know more about new arrivals? What do you guys want out there? And we're
Yeah.
always looking for ideas.
See, no.
Nope, has not come back in.
It
Still
has
waiting on that.
not.
And I did have someone comment and said that they got theirs, and the art on the cover looked kind of grainy. We're talking about the Perfect Circle mirrored to Noms. The cover looked kind of grainy, and they thought it was a bootleg. And I was like, no, I did get it directly from the label. It's not a bootleg, but the cover looked kind of fuzzy. You know how bootlegs sometimes can look kind
Yeah.
of fuzzy? It kind of looked like that. She's like, is this a bootleg? I'm like, it came right from the source. So, you know.
There we go. Derek says he enjoys seeing the higher end used stuff each week.
Okay.
Used wall. We have 2 used walls now.
Yeah, we'll do some more
For
of
the
that.
higher end
and you know,
stuff.
I haven't done any audiophile stuff in a while, so maybe we can pull that.
Oh, that's a good
Pull
idea.
some of the audiophile stuff. We do try to pull the higher end trade-ins
Mm-hmm.
every week. That's usually what we go through.
But sometimes we should also include some of the lower end. Not everybody is constantly looking for a higher end. Maybe they're just looking for something standard. We can always throw, we're open to suggestions.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter what it is or what you guys
Yeah.
are looking for. We're open to Heck, I'll even show off comic books. I don't care. Stereo equipment. I mean, it doesn't have to all be record. It could be CDs. It could be posters. It could be whatever we get in for the week. Because we get everything in here, guys. So
Cassettes, 8-tracks. Oh my gosh.
45s. Wait till we get our 45 room done. We got a lot of work to do on that this summer.
Yeah.
Moving a lot of thousands and thousands of 45s. So we got a lot of that coming up too. So.
All right.
Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. We'll do the new vinyl roundup. They're reorganizing the back room this week. They're rearranging all of our new vinyl. And kind of a good time to do it. It's a little bit slower of it for us here right before Record Store Day in May. And so we're doing a lot of housekeeping kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
well, thanks everybody for watching. We really do appreciate it.
yep. Like, subscribe if you haven't already.